Jiraiya's death is written to be known as a very perfect end-off for a character. Kishimoto gives you the reasons why you care about his characters. He gives you the reasons to be concerned about their well-being. And when you get too attached to the character, you refuse to want them to die. But Jiraiya's death is a perfect example why beloved characters need to die to improve the story. I've stated many times that Jiraiya's character is the character I connect the most with out of any other character in Naruto. A man who believed everything he did right in that moment, to only look back at his own life and then realizes, hey, I think I messed up everything. When we live our lives, what are we doing in that specific moment? We believe it was the right mature decision to make those actions. But when you live long enough to look back, the saddest thing you can ever do to yourself is realize you are not perfect and you were wrong the entire time. Jiraiya's character was about a man finding his purpose, how to help the world with its issues. Who are the people I need to meet who can give me all the answers I'm looking for? Jiraiya traveled, he grew an understanding of how the world works. He even wrote a book about how the world should be to find peace. When you write a character, you want to give us the reasons why we should care about their ideologies and their beliefs. You need to give us a reason to why we should be interested in their thoughts. When you get behind the character, you are completely interested of the journey now. And once the character's journey has come to an end, and even maybe die, you are now heartbroken and devastated that you just lost the one character that inspired you the most. But that's also a good thing. The feeling of a character dying is a concept of wanting the character to come back to life because you miss them so much. But that's the beauty of killing a character off. You want them to come back because you miss them, but sometimes in storytelling you don't get your favorite character to make a return. All you have left to do is respect the creator's decision of killing the character off to mature the storytelling. After Jiraiya had died, he became my favorite character because Kishimoto gave more awareness of who he was after his death. Jiraiya's character still kept getting development from the memories of Naruto and Tsunade. Jiraiya's name was still being thrown around, and both Nagato and Naruto had an understanding because Jiraiya was dead. People keep saying Jiraiya could have survived from pain. He shouldn't have died. But you're completely missing the point here in the story. It's not about Jiraiya could have gone away from pain. It's about choosing which direction the story should go in for the character of Jiraiya. If Jiraiya lived, the pain arc wouldn't have had much of an impact of what the original story did. Jiraiya had to die to focus on the next step for the story. Characters shouldn't live just because they could have gone out of the situation. Sometimes it's thinking about how to improve the story, of the directions you need to make instead of what's more common sense. Even Jiraiya was aware he could have gone away, but he chose to stay and gather more intel on pain, because it was the most mature decision to make that approached instead of escaping. Plus, the way Tsunade and Naruto took his death improved the story even greater. Naruto and Tsunade both had a realistic reaction after hearing a loved one had died. When Tsunade slowly moves her body to the wall and starts to cry, and then starts to remember all the memories of Jiraiya, you can feel by her body language of how heartbroken she is after losing someone that she knew her whole life. So many people can relate to her and connect with her in this moment. Naruto sitting in his room, depressed and sulking, or even going out for a walk at night, clearing his head, just to end up sitting down and crying and releasing your feelings. These moments only exist in Naruto because Jiraiya had died. But like I said, even after he died, Naruto and Tsunade still gave us more awareness of who he was after he left this world, showing us he was a very smart and intelligent person. He had a goofy side to him, but he deeply cared about the people in his life and those he touched dearly in their hearts. And this is why I believe Jiraiya's death is definitely one of the best written deaths in anime and in manga. When Jiraiya was drowning with a smile on his face, he's proud to go out as a warrior, a man who failed at everything, but he died peacefully. Proves no matter how many regrets you have in your life, you can still find some kind of comfort in your last moments before it's time to leave this world. Jiraiya loved Naruto and Tsunade. He made the adult sacrifice to stay and fight for more information, to save them when pain came down to the village. I hope I gave you a good and different perspective on the character Jiraiya. His character means so much to me. I want to meet this man someday. Alright, I am Delix. Subscribe if you want, and let me know what you think. And stay ninja weird. Have a good night. Bye.